Hey everyone, it's Getty here from Not Finished Yet. The sun is in my eyes, so it's a perfect time to take a stroll. Like the title says, I got into a collision with a car while riding my bike. That's not just some clickbait title, there's an actual story with that, and it comes with a revelation. So, last night I was riding my bike and I was in the bike lane, but there was a car parked on the side of the road that was close to the bike lane. And when I went to go around this car, I was still in the bike lane. I went around this car, and at the last minute, the guy in the back opened his door that was towards the bike lane, and I didn't have enough time to stop, and I just collided with the open car door. And I didn't like flip over the door or anything. I just kind of like slammed into the car door. And it was funny because the guy was like a little shaken up and he was like, "Oh man, are you okay?" Like I usually look before opening the door. I don't know what happened this time. Like he just kind of opened the door without looking this time. And I happened to slam right into it. And it was funny because he was like checking to see if I was okay, and he was like, just take a second to recoup. Like, are you sure you're okay? And praise be to God, I was actually completely fine. Like, I didn't feel like hurt at all from me colliding into that door, and I was just making jokes later. I was like, oh, I guess that was my dinner. I ate the door for dinner. I just ate that. Like I ate that door, because I really didn't feel any kind of like pain or injury from slamming into the door. But the point is that there was a revelation that came soon afterwards. As I continued on my way and I was riding my bike some more to do my work, I really thought about like how this experience points to how quick life can end. Our lives can just end in such a split second. You know, I, there could have been a possible moment where I could have died right in that split moment. Like if I hit my neck the wrong way and like I just like snapped my neck or something slamming into the door, or I flew over the car door and I landed on like some kind of like sharp object or metal object and like I just was impaled. Like anything could have happened, right? There could have been a possibility that I died from that collision. So I'm thinking about that and that revelation hits me, like how quickly really our life could just end in a short moment. And it's crazy because, last couple of days I just been in this place where I've been kind of griping about the way that my life has been going. And I've been saying like, oh, I kind of just hate my life right now. I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. I just wish I was like I didn't exist. I, there were times where I would tell God, just like, God, just smite me down, take me out of this world. Like I don't want to be here. And just being kind of miserable and griping. about my life, and that just changed my whole perspective and outlook. I I like it brought me to tears actually, where I was like, I started to cry out to God like, Lord, please forgive me. Forgive me for those things that I said. It's like it's almost like I haven't been appreciating my life. I've been complaining about things. I've been wishing that I was dead. And then it's like when you have that wake up call, you have that moment that snaps you back into reality. My outlook changed, and I said, God, like, I started praying to the Lord and saying, God, help, help me to finish, to live out my purpose that you have placed me here. I told God that I don't want to die until your work is finished in me. I don't want to die until you fulfill the purpose that you've had for my life. So I went from this dark, downcast place of saying like, God, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't I don't like the way my life is going. I feel like almost sometimes like a loser or like a failure. Um, I don't feel like I have any kind of direction. All these different types of things that were trying to invade my mental space past couple days or so. And this has happened at different times as well, where I've gone through these moments of feeling a certain type of way. But even recently, I've had these thoughts and concerns, and instead of trusting the Lord, instead of like really taking it to Him, I've just been burdened and downcast about this. And that moment with that car, just slamming into that door that just suddenly opened in the bike lane, and I didn't have time to slow down or stop. It showed me how quickly our life could just end, like that vapor, like that mist, like the grass that fades. And it really did just kind of wake me up and show me like the fragility and the preciousness of life. And that was another thing too, where I said, God, I want to be prepared. I want to be prepared to meet you when I die. I don't want to be in this like scrumbled up state. I don't want to be in this place of mind and place of life where I'm just like kind of miserable, or I'm not grateful. I don't want to be just kind of like wasting away or wasting my life. I want to be confident that no matter when I die, no matter when that moment comes, even if it happens so quick in the blink of an eye, I want to be confident, Lord, that when my spirit leaves my body, that I'm going to be prepared to meet you. And that was kind of what my prayer was afterwards to God. And that's basically it, guys. That's basically the revelation that I got after that moment. That's the story of what happened. And I wanted to share that because God is always still good. God is always still on the throne. And you might have been feeling a certain similar way in your life. And sometimes we just need that reminder or that change of perspective to snap us back into reality. So I hope this helps you in some way, um, sharing this story. And I want to keep this outlook. I don't want this to just kind of fade away. I don't want this to just be for only a short time. I want to stay in this state of mind and remember what I experienced so it can help me to stay on the narrow path and just to be more grateful and actually finish the work. Well, Jesus is going to finish the work he started, but to be available and to be open and to be that willing vessel for him to finish the work. I want to be prepared to meet God, and whenever that moment comes, I know that I will have something to show the work of God in my life for those that are left behind me, and for God to say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." That is a desire of my heart, and if it's not a desire of my heart, I know that I want it to be, and I know that it should be. So some of that has to come from searching our hearts, even having God search our hearts, and to make us become those new creatures, sanctified, and bring us into that place of saying, God, I want to have that desire. I want to hear you say, "Well done, good and faithful servant," and then praying to the Lord to have that be a reality and saying, God, help me to have that desire. Make me to be like this. And I think it all starts with him. It all finishes with him. It's all through him. Every step of the way is because of him. And that's a humbling thing. That's a great thing to know and remember, because we can't do anything without God. They say that we can't even breathe without him. You know what I mean? So just remember that everything you do, everything that I do, is made possible through the power and presence of God. Thank you for watching, guys. May God bless you and keep